Hey gang, I have no idea if you can see my face or not, but here's what we're doing. You need to get to page 112 in your book. We're going to do a reboot of literal equations. I'm going to focus on these ones that don't have any numbers in it. It's all just variables. So get yourself a piece of paper, your pencil, open your book up. We're going to go through each one of these problems so that you can feel like you know how to do it. All right, so let's start with this one. Ultimately, what we are doing is we are solving for x. So, let me grab my pens. We want to pull out the x. So take x out. Oh, that's really crazy. So we're gonna factor the x out by dividing. If I divide this by x and this by x, they go away. My x is out on the side, and m plus n is in the middle. Whoops, close my parentheses, equals p. Now, again, I want x by itself. Right now, it's being multiplied by this whole quantity of m plus n. So I'm going to divide both sides by m plus n. My pen is extra sensitive today. And these cancel, and I'm left with x equals p over m plus n. This is your final answer. Okay, let's look at another one. This one, remember, we're taking the x out first. So if I take my x out and divide it out, okay, so I've put it out to the left of my parentheses, I'm left here with a, the minus sign comes down, and if I take away this x, remember that there's that invisible 1 right in front of it, equals c. Same song and dance here. Divide by whatever's happening to x, so divide by a minus 1 on both sides. This cancels, this cancels, this cancels. I'm left with x equals c over a minus 1. Okay? Whoa, this one is scary. Okay, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the fraction. I get rid of the fraction by multiplying by the reciprocal of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply this side by t over 1, and I'm going to multiply this side by t, good grief, over 1. What that does is it cancels my t. We know that any fraction over 1 is just that, so it leaves me with rx plus sx equals 1 times t is t. Now I have to factor out my x. So if I put my x out to the side, it goes away, this goes away, r plus x, s times the x equals t. So again, I just took my x and put it out to the side. Because again, if I were to distribute this, here's what this looks like. If I were going to distribute here to here, and basically just undoing the distributive property. So this would be r times x, which is rx, and this would be r times s, which is rs. So that's why we are doing what we are doing. So now what we're going to do, divide by r plus s, divide by r plus s. This all cancels, and I'm left with x equals t over r plus s. Let's try another one. Okay, y equals x minus v over b. Step 1, get rid of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply this whole side by b over 1. I'm going to do the same on this side, times b over 1. Diagonally, these cancel, and I'm left with x minus v equals, and this side is b times y, or this would be y over 1, so it's going to be yb, or by, I guess it should be by since it's alphabetically. Now, I want x by itself. Right now it's x minus v. I'm going to add v to both sides of my equation, and I'm going to be left with yb plus v equals x, or x equals yb plus v. So again, just solve it for x. Okay, here's another one. Woo, this one's a doozy. So right now, let's get rid of this a because I want x to be by itself. So I'm going to multiply this side by a over 1. Diagonally they cancel and I'm left with x times this side by a over 1. Remember, multiply straight across and I'm going to have y a over b times 1 is b. Ya over b. Haha, that's awesome. Okay, this problem makes me happy. So again, get rid of the fraction first, then do what you need to do. Okay, let's look at this last one. Okay, here we have to distribute, then undistribute, which doesn't really make sense. So I'm going to do this. 4x, and I'm going to do 4b equals x. Now I'm going to do minus 4x minus 4x. So I have negative 4b equals, all of this together is negative 3x. Okay, now I've got all my x's together. How do I get rid of that negative 3 off of this x so x is all by itself? Divide. Divide by negative 3. So my final answer is x equals, negative and negative cancel, so it's going to be 4/3 b. Or you could have 4b over 3 equals x. It's the same thing. Okay? Okay, that's all I got for you. Again, go through them, practice some of the ones on the page, come in, show me what you got, and I'll tell you if you got them right. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.